Capricorn, happy November 2017. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Hope everybody is doing fantastic. As you know, I always pre-shuffle. There's a sparkle right there. As you know, I always pre-shuffle, but I like to add a little energy before we get started. So, Capricorn, how are you doing coming into the end of the year? My goodness, can you believe? Another one and another one. They just seem to move faster and faster. I can't seem to grasp any extra time anywhere. So, hope you are fantastic. Like I said, as you know, this is a general read. So check your sun, moon, and rising and see how those resonate with you, because sometimes they will resonate with you some months more than others. This is also a read about love. And as you know, I focus on generally singles. I will add anybody looking to reconcile into the mix as well, but my main focus is on singles because those are the people who tend to, you know, just email me, want to chat, want a private read, etc. So, again, I generally focus on singles, but if, you know, I sense anything else needing to come to the forefront, I will address that, as well as, like I said, I do talk about reconciliation quite a bit as well. So I move pretty fast. I have a lot to say and a lot I want to get out, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, hence why I don't shuffle a ton on screen. So Capricorn, let's get started. Any likes, subscribe, you know, comments, etc. It's greatly appreciated. I'm doing these face down, as you can see. I'm going to pull your theme of the month card as well. I'm doing these face down, as you can see, because I did ask last month, you know, what everybody wanted, and every single comment, email said face down. So I guess, like me, you guys like the element of surprise, but I appreciate the feedback, because unless I know what you like or what is interesting to you, or matters most to you, you know, I do this for you. So if you have anything you want to say, if you like something, if you don't like something, please feel free to let me know. All right, Capricorn, November 2017, let's get started. Your theme of the month is the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is an excellent card, but this is more work-oriented, or not necessarily work, but this is somebody putting a lot of work into something, somebody being cautious, methodical, very diligent. And so whether you're single or looking to reconcile, this definitely says, you know, you're working hard at whatever you're focusing on. You're determined this month, which is, hey, that's excellent. Nothing wrong with that, right? The first card you have is your current position coming into the month of November. And you have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, if you're single, immediately says that you are planning things, that you are looking for a partnership. That's what this card is. You're figuring out the best way to discover what you want and who you want to be with, and how to grow that. So if you're dating, this is telling me, you know, you might have a few suitors. You might have a few people you're interested in, and you're just not quite sure which one is the right fit for you. You may not even have those suitors. They may be coming in this month, but I don't feel like Capricorn's having necessarily a hard time finding people to date. It's the quality of people, not quantity. You're not concerned with, hey, I have 10 dates lined up of lunch and dinner every night this week. It's more, you know, hey, I met a really nice person and I think they might be a decent human being. You're just looking for something very genuine, which seems to be the common theme with most signs. I mean, it's not like anybody goes out going, hey, I hope somebody is a real dirtbag, and you know what I mean. But sometimes you just want to date. Sometimes you want to be alone. Sometimes you don't want to put that much effort into it. And it feels very calm for some reason, Capricorn. I'm feeling very just calm. Like, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be next week. But I'd appreciate it sooner than later. Like, you're putting into the universe, like, I'll work hard. You know, you point me in the right direction and I'll work at it. And I'll be the best, you know, partner I can be if you know, it can come 50-50 and I can meet a really good partner. So that's exactly what this is saying, is that coming into the month, all you're looking for is a partner in crime, a partner in love, a partner in angst, a partner, you know, just in life, in every aspect. And that's a really nice place to be in, Capricorn. If you're looking to reconcile, you're also looking for that partnership, but you're looking for the growth. You want to see this relationship succeed. So if you are looking at reconciling in a positive light, which, you know, some people watch the want to know about the reconciliation with exes more like, hey, what is he or she up to? But I like to look at it more as, you know, is the potential there? Is the potential not there? Because, you know, at the end of the day, does it really matter what they're up to? If you're not talking to them or they're not talking to you, you're not going to know anyways. I mean, there could be 1,000 things they're up to, but unless you hear it from the horse's mouth, right? So if you're looking to reconcile, I don't think that you should be planning, you know, a whole new life anytime soon. I just have this feeling that there's this connection here. Some of you were hurt and deeply hurt. I don't see a lot of maliciousness, I'm sure. Somebody's going to email me or message me or comment and say, oh, dirty, rotten liar, cheater, whatever. I get it. Again, it's general. But I feel like this is more of a disconnect. Maybe feelings were hurt, harsh things were said, a fight was had, and now you're both kind of being like, I'm not contacting you, I'm not contacting you. But what you really want is to get together and grow again and start building a partnership. It's almost like you feel like if you could just say to them, look, I'm sorry, I feel terrible, I still love you. Or if they could just say to you, I feel terrible, I love you, like everything would be okay. It feels like there has to be that hump, getting over that hump of non-communication. The next card you have is any feelings internally that you're feeling coming into the month of November can help or hinder your current position. And you have the Four of Coins or Pentacles. Now the Four of Coins or Pentacles, I'm going to start with reconciliation. If you're looking to reconcile, this immediately says that you're being frugal with your heart. So this tells me that you're saying, nope, I'm not going to contact you. You need to contact me. Or they're saying, nope, I'm not going to contact you. Basically, neither one of you wants to be the first to say, hey, I'm sorry, because this is a very very, you know, like I said, frugal card. Nobody's wanting, you don't want to put your heart on the line because you're feeling like, you know that they love you. You know there's still a connection there, but you don't know. I mean, for some of you, it's been a few months. And so you're kind of like, maybe they've moved on. I'm not going to put myself out there if I don't know how they feel. And they're feeling the same way. I feel like it's very even Steven, and yet nobody's making the move. Like, maybe you know they're not dating anybody else. Maybe you know they still care about you. Maybe word of mouth or family. And you feel the same and they know that about you. It's just nobody's making that move. It's also kind of a possessiveness over your dignity, so to speak, because it's like if one of you says, I'm sorry, that automatically indicates wrongdoing. So you really have to figure out, how do you come together without playing the blame game or pointing fingers? And I think some of you are like well, first of all, you're a nurse fine, so I know that you're putting a lot of effort into work, into being this diligent, methodical, hardworking person right now, because the more you work, the more you don't have to think about it. The more you don't have to let your heart hurt, the more you can focus on making money and not focus on love. So just be careful there, because I do feel like some of you miss that person quite a bit, and they miss you quite a bit, and all it would take is some sort of push in that direction on either side. If you're single, this is saying, also be very careful about not having that emotional growth or that emotional push with somebody, because as I said, I know with earth signs, now Capricorn and Taurus are a little less headstrong about the work and money than Virgo. Virgo can absolutely just dive into work and forget about the emotional side and work away without even thinking about it. Capricorn still has that heartstring tug that, you know, you'll work very hard and you'll focus on other things, but you don't let it necessarily get in the way. This is saying, however, don't be miserly. Don't be, you know, be a little more open with your heart, because here you want to find a partner, but you want to make sure it's not a partner like, hey, how you doing? Like business contract, like you have a good job, I have a good job. You make this money, I make this money. You have a car, I have a car. You want it to be more like, okay, we both have our stuff together, right? But at the same time, you know, I have a romantic side too. And I'm not saying you don't Capricorn at all. I'm just, this right here is saying, hey, you're really focusing on the minute details, which is extremely important as well, especially like if you have kids or anything like that. You have to make sure that certain things are in a row. But don't forget about the fun part of it, Cap. Just don't forget about having the butterflies in your stomach, the intensity of a first date, a second date, a first kiss. Remember that there's a reason you're doing this too, not just for that partnership, okay? The next card you have, is any, this is your distant past. So for the past few years, it could be 10 years, it could be your childhood, and you have the Emperor. And I always read this for anybody who's single and looking to reconcile, because generally this doesn't go back as far as the person you're looking to reconcile. And the Emperor, anytime I see this come up, it's a very authoritative, structural figure. So a lot of scenarios come to play when the Emperor shows up here, because I think that this can be good or bad. So a lot of you had like a grandma or grandpa or somebody who had an amazing relationship, a traditional relationship. And the reason that I always bring up the past in every spread is because each month there's something that maybe you need to remember, or something you need to remember not to continue that behavior or fall into that rut again. And then sometimes there's things you need to remember of what you're looking for and what you want and what you've always cherished, or something that you've always admired. And when the Emperor comes up, a lot of times it can be your parents or your grandparents had a really significant, good relationship. And at some point you looked at them in awe, I want that. I want, 40-year anniversary. I want somebody that I know if I'm really sick on my deathbed, that person is right there holding my hand. Then I'll never be alone when this person is around. And I think the Emperor is really saying, look, that's what you want. And so that's why you might be coming into this month, especially if you're single, kind of with that checklist of these are things that are really important to me. But remember the little things too. Remember maybe the way they held hands, or the way they giggled, or the way they teased each other, or the way there was a sincerity. If there's somebody that you looked up to their marriage, it could be even a brother or a sister, an aunt, an uncle. It could even be a marriage you once had that maybe ended, or something, tragic happened and you want to get back there again. But the Emperor is saying, remember that you can have this growth with somebody. You can have this structure of a relationship that's healthy, fun, endearing, and you really can. For some of this may also be maybe, you came from a really religious background, and now you're trying to figure out, well, how am I going to, bring that into meeting somebody that I really care about? Or maybe you had parents who were very staunch, Catholic or Jewish, or and they said, this is our tradition, you're going to marry somebody in this faith and whatever. And maybe you did, and that didn't work for you. And so now you're trying to figure out what does work for you. Or maybe, it could be, maybe you have different sexual orientations, and you finally are, coming out or embracing that part of you, which is beautiful. I mean, who you love is not up for discussion with anybody but you, yourself, and who you love, in my opinion. And there are plenty of people who disagree with me, but to me, love is nobody else's business but your own. And so this could be that some of you grew up thinking, I'm going to have this traditional marriage, and it's not who you are. And you've had to come to embrace that and accept yourself, which is the most important thing you can do. And then learn how to date and possibly have a relationship, out of the realm of what you always thought you would do or what was expected of you. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Nine of Coins or Pentacles. And this is a very nice card because the 9 talks about satisfaction and accomplishing things, which Capricorn, like I said, there's no doubt in my mind you've accomplished a lot, because earth signs, which this is an earth sign card, generally are very hard workers, very good at finances, very good at, and I know somebody's going to go, oh, you have no idea what I'm going through. No, I don't. You're right. But of all the people I've ever known, earth signs are very good at eventually finding their way out of the hole quicker, dealing with their finances quicker, and working really, really hard to get what they want. The 9 is saying you've been feeling some sort of accomplishment. So maybe if you're looking to find somebody, if you're single, this is you saying, I really do want this partnership, but how do I do that with this work? Because I've been successful at work. Maybe the past few months you've had great achievements just in life in general, and you're missing that extra piece. You're missing that. It's like work, kids, pets, where's the husband or wife, or where's the lover? You know what I mean? Like, you're assessing here, what am I missing? And you realize I'm missing love, but you're kind of like, I don't want to give up this money or this success I'm having or these accomplishments. But love, if it's good, or even just a partnership or building on a friendship, is only going to make you better, as long as it's healthy, as long as it's drama-free. And yes, it's not always going to be perfect, but I don't know about you, but when you really feel sensational about somebody, or you really feel in that moment of things are flying high, everything kind of aligns, right? Your love life, finances, even your family, like your kids are happier, you know, your home just feels better. So take the time, like I said, don't ignore the romantic part. Don't ignore the emotional part, the loving part of it. Embrace that, because you're having some successful times, especially if you're single, you're meeting people. I feel like you have an abundance of people that you could date. You're just deciding what person is going to fit in this piece that's a really important part of your puzzle to kind of bring everything together. And you really feel like you're ready, like you're grounded, like that's the piece I'm missing and that's what I want to find, which is really nice. If you're looking to reconcile, you're working very hard too, and you are being very successful. I feel like you're accomplishing a lot, and you feel like you have an abundance of friends and family supporting you and work again, but you're also missing that piece. And I feel like that, you know, if you have that communication with your ex and it's good, okay, and it feels positive, and you really feel like that's what's missing from your life, or that you could accomplish this is saying you can. If that's what you want, and you know that that's what you want, then go for it. Really try and tap into your intuition. I'm not saying that earth signs aren't intuitive. It's interesting because, like, water signs, right? They're more on that intuitive, like, very emotional ride. And earth signs can be intuitive when they tap into it. You seem to have more control over which type of personality or emotion you tap into. You're very good at opening it up and turning it off when you want, whereas like a Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio might be a little less apt to be able to turn the heart energy off. And you know, it's something I admire about earth signs, and Capricorn, one of my favorites, because you can be loving and you can turn it off, but you don't turn it off as sharp as Virgo. And not that I'm giving Virgo a hard time. I kind of am a little bit, but they know that. And I love Virgos. Some of the best people in my life are Virgos. But Capricorn, instead of just shutting it right off, they kind of ease into it. Like, you're very direct, like, okay, it's time to, you know, let's get serious now. But you're not like, hey, we're serious. You're like, let's ease into that. And that makes people comfortable. So anyways, my point is, if you're looking to reconcile, you know, this is kind of also saying, if it's something you really want and it's something that you really intuitively feel you need or could be successful at reconciliation, then go for it. But see, the thing is, you're smart, and you know, if it's not what's good for you, then don't go for it. And I know you're going to be like, okay, dark dove, that's easier said than done. But it's what I say to all of the signs at some point or another, in one read or another. It's better to have, you know, nothing than to stay with anybody just to say you have something. And it's true. And sometimes it's the easier route to go back to something because it's comfortable, instead of finally saying, hey, you know, it's time to call it quits. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, throughout the end of the year, and you have the World. So the World is about completion. If you're single, I think that this means you're going to get out of the single stage by the end of the year, and you're going to complete the cycle of being single and move into the realm of either a committed dating relationship or something a little stronger. It may just be committed dating relationship, and then at the beginning of next year, you move into the realm of actually, you know, a serious committed relationship. But the World is completing something. This month, it seems to be, your theme is all about accomplishment, because not only is this an accomplishing card and this is an accomplishing card, the World is all about accomplishment as well. It's about fulfillment, but it's also about belonging. So it's that piece of the puzzle, Capricorn, I'm talking about. You're going to feel like you belong with this person, and whoever you meet and accept to be that other piece of the puzzle is going to be somebody who belongs. They fit, okay? That puzzle piece is there. So it's coming for you, Capricorn. Even if it's not today or tomorrow, it's coming. The world is saying, look, you're going to complete this cycle of being single. You're going to accomplish many things that you want in your life. But now it's time to accomplish the one thing that you feel like you're missing. Again, which is going to bring somebody into your life, and it feels like they belong in that space. Like they were tailor-made for that space, which could end up being somebody extremely special and very fulfilling for both of you and, you know, anybody that you introduce them to, and them as well. If you're looking to reconcile, this is where you have to make a decision. If you feel that you belong together, then you're going to need to put the hard work and either make the changes, have the hard conversations. If you want to wait for them to come around, you can. But it's like, and the hard part is swallowing your pride, right? Even if you know you're wrong, or even, well, that popped out, which means that some of you do know that maybe you play more of a role in it than you think. But what I meant was, even if you know they're wrong, however that popped out, which tells me that some of you are going, okay, I may not have been the nicest, and I know I took some responsibility in it. But even if you deeply feel like, hey, they really hurt my feelings, they said some bad things, or, you know, things got ugly, somebody's going to have to break the silence. But I feel like you really feel like this connection, that you belong, and that you would be overly fulfilled. You know, your cup runneth over if you reconciled with this person. But some of you, I think, know deep down inside that maybe you need to complete the cycle, break it, because maybe this has been an on and off again relationship for a long time. And in order to get this world, you're going to have to complete the cycle and end the back and forth. Majority of you, though, I feel, are very positive, or thinking very positively that this is still the person for you. If that's the case, I think you need to start really contemplating how you guys are going to get back in touch, or how you're going to make this reconciliation happen. Because yes, time heals wounds, but time, you know, time can also start making you think, rethink, re-examine, overthink, and then it can turn into the enemy sometimes. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, and throughout the month of November, and you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about anxiety, depression, introversion. So if you're single, this is saying, look, you're going to meet people this month. Some people are going to push you out of your comfort zone. Some people you're going to like are going to say, stop being frugal with your heart, because I really like you, but I need to feel something from you. And Capricorn, you're good at, saying the right things, at being charming. You're good at, like I said, work and being diligent and many things. But I feel like there's going to be one or two people you're going to meet this month that could be this piece to the puzzle, right? But they're going to be like, hey, you're not very rosy. You're not very flowery. And yes, you can be, but you're thinking more like, would I be a good fit for them? They'd be a good fit for me. In the long run, could I see myself with them? Do they have a decent job? What do they want from me? Are they being genuine? And they're looking at it like, hey, laugh a little, okay? Loosen up a little. And it's going to make you nervous. And I think that you're going to feel anxious about this person. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's a connection between earth signs and water signs, which I see a lot, but I also see a lot of, like, that's the reconciliation piece. But I think, and don't count on this, but it's either Cancer. I know, I'm almost positive that Virgo or Cancer got the same card, the 9, in either the immediate future or the immediate past. So either this face or this face. Both of them got that card, which always tells me when it's in a spot like that, that it's like you can see something coming, or you can feel something bigger than yourself. Like the universe is saying, hey, I've got big plans for you. You ready? You ready? You ready? But it's not presenting itself, and it makes you nervous and anxious, and it makes you fearful almost. And earth signs have a tendency to kind of like go inside themselves and retreat if things make them uncomfortable, take them out of their comfort zone. And I think that you're going to meet somebody, one or two people, but I think one in particular who's kind of going to knock your socks off, but also you're going to be like, whoa, I don't know, this is too good to be true. Or you're going to be like, well, that person's a little too lovey-dovey, but it may just be what you need. It may just be the relaxation that you need. I just get this sigh of relief when you're with this person, like almost like you're like at peace. It's weird. It's like this sensation of like you can breathe again, almost like a warm sensation. I don't know. If you start getting a warm sensation around somebody, and not weird, I know somebody's going to be like, make that into something, you know, inappropriate or whatever, which is fine. You can have a good laugh at that. But like if you get like a warmth inside your, you know, almost like feeling inside your skin, when you're around that person, that may speak wonders, because it may also make you uncomfortable, that feeling, and yet it's actually a really positive feeling, because it's like a connection on a deeper level, on top of which it's almost like you feel a comfort with that person, but at first it's hard to get used to. I don't know. It's very hard to explain. It's also interesting because you have 9s here, and 9s seem to be the theme with like 2 other signs. I think it was like Leo, and I'm not even Taurus or something. I'm not gonna, but whenever I see like the same numbers in this lineup, I usually, those numbers pop out. And of course they did here. So you have 9. So somewhere the 9th day, 9 weeks, 9 days, the 29th, you know, the 19th, or you may just start noticing the number 9 when you're with this person, or I don't know, maybe they have 2 9s in their phone number. Something strange might pop up for you. But anyways, be careful with this. If you're single, just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. The hardest thing for an earth sign to do is let the universe take the wheel. And that's really what you're going to need to do here, because you don't want to jeopardize it and overthink it. If you're looking to reconcile, I think that at some point they're going to be contacting you, or you're going to be contacting them, and you're going to be riding on eggshells. You're going to be like, oh, I don't know about this. Am I approaching this right? Or if they contact you, it's like you want to just be like, yes, 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 I miss you. But at the same time, you're like, whoa, you know, I don't know, how much do they miss me? I miss them an awful lot, but how do they feel about me? So be careful if you're looking to reconcile too. Don't let that fear stop you. I mean, at the end of the day, you're either getting back together or you're not. And if you're not together right now, it's not going to get worse than this, right? And I say that, and I'm sure somebody's going to say, oh, it got worse, they got married, or they're dating somebody. And I apologize if that's the case. But then you have your answer, and there's no more waiting in fear like this, right? As horrible as it may be, you will get over it and survive it. When you're in it, it doesn't feel like that, but you will. You will, Capricorn. The next card you have is any external factors throughout the month of November. So anything tangible. And I love this card. Love this card. This is anything tangible that you'll have in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month. It could be one day, it could be 10 days out of the month. This is the 2 of Cups. This is one of like my 4 favorite cards in the entire tarot, because this is the 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups is about love, beginnings. This is a connection, an attraction, and an intimacy on a deeper level. If you're single, this is what you've been looking for. It's coming. Embrace yourself. Ooh, get used to that warm, fuzzy feeling, because you haven't had it in a while. You're not used to it. Like I said, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, but it's happening. It is happening, and you have no way of stopping it, because whether you want to or not, and whether you want to be possessive with your heart or frugal with your love or your tension or your romance, you're not going to be able to help it. It's going to make you very uncomfortable, and not uncomfortable in a bad way, in a giddy way. You're almost going to be going home going, I want to text this person. I want to call them right away. Ooh, I'm so giddy. And then you're going to be like, Capricorn, pull yourself together, because you're used to being like this, you know? Your love is on a shovel of work, see? And so I think it's going to be good. It's going to be really good, Capricorn. In fact, it makes me giggle because I feel like at some point you're going to laugh out loud or you're going to giggle to yourself. Like, just like, did I really just say that? Did I really just text like a heart? What am I, you know, I don't know. And you're going to be perplexed, but you're going to love every minute of it. If you're looking to reconcile, I think that you're going to connect. Again, I think that you're going to find a connection, a deeper connection. I think that instead of getting back together and fighting or reconnecting and fighting, you're going to reconnect on the fact that neither one of you truly want to be without one another. Now, if that doesn't work for you and it's not, that's not the way it's going to go for you, or you're assuming that could never happen, then this is new beginnings and finding a new friendship, because this builds with friendship, a connection, and then moves to love, intimacy, etc. However, you're one of the only signs that has a more positive nature towards, you know, possible reconciliation. The next card you have is anything you're going to feel, woof, anything you're going to feel throughout the month, internally, again, beginning, middle, end, could be 1 day, it could be 10 days. You've got these going on. These are, this especially right here, these are internal feelings, okay? Internal. All the positive cards are external. This is external too, but this is more of a anxious and waiting. This is like you are mad scared, because this is sometimes like tragedy, suffering, illness, but this is when it's external. And when it's internal, this is saying, stop doing this to yourself. This is painful. Why are you doing that to yourself? Stop it. Don't do that. If you're single, this is you getting a little more uncomfortable at some point during the month to where you're going, I don't know if I can do this. Or maybe it's moving in a direction that you really have strong feelings for this person, that you're immediately like, I'm about ready to self-sabotage. I'm about ready to say something. I'm about ready to, I can't handle this. It's totally different. It's not something I'm used to. I don't know how to do this. Stop doing that. Because that looks painful. And when it's internal like this, you're controlling that and you're doing it to yourself. And if you're looking to reconcile, same thing. You can choose to either have this or you can choose to have this. If you're looking to reconcile, don't do this to yourself. Don't beat yourself up for anything. If you do start feeling throughout the month like, hey, maybe I really did upset this person. Maybe I did play a bigger role in this than I thought. Don't beat yourself up about it. I mean, we're only human, right? And we can't help it if our feelings get hurt. But also don't let them do this to you. If you're looking to reconcile and they come at you with this and you've been coming at them with this, then break the cycle, end it, and be done with it. Because I feel like some of you Capricorn have already been through this a few times and you don't need to go through that again. And you know it. The next two cards you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month and your outcome of the month. Okay, so your hopes and fears for the month, sorry, I forgot to tell you what it is the Nine of Cups. Two of my favorite, fantastic. The Queen of Wands is also fantastic for your outcome. All right, so let's talk about this really quick. If you are single, this means that you want everything. You want but this is the end of the month. You want pleasure, bliss, fulfillment. This is how you get here. This mindset is how you get here, not this. This mindset will completely crush this. You can pretend that didn't happen. If you take this mindset at the end of the month, you get here and you find your missing puzzle piece and good things happen. And this is you saying, okay, I really do want this. I'm finding this. I'm finding people who could fit that. Oh, I found the person who could fit that. And here we go. If you continue like this, then next month's read is going to be completely different. It's going to probably be a lot more like this. So embrace this. If you're single, Capricorn, forget it. Put it all out there. Wear your heart on your sleeve, because you're already worried that you're going to get stabbed in the heart anyways. So what's the worst that can happen? If you're worried about it, put it out there, because you might just get this. If you're looking to reconcile, same exact thing. You think like this, you're not going to get this. You think like this, you're going to get this. It really is. If you put this out in the universe, you're going to get this. And let's say they come at you and they're stabbing and they're just, you did this and da 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 da, you can say, you know what? I love you. We can get through this. We can make it happen. I want to do this. And if you still get stabbed, then you say, you know what? I've got this to look forward to. And that's how it's done. And I'm completing my cycle with you, and I'm moving on for this. The outcome card, the Queen of Wands. If you're single, this is you acting more like this and less like this. And not that that's a bad thing, but this is saying you're coming out confident and on fire. You're going, hey, look at me. I am sexy. I am handsome. I am, you know, a beautiful woman, a handsome man. I am on fire. I've got things going for me. And boy, I was nervous. I knew you were coming and I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. And I'm thinking, no way he or she could like me this much. No way, this is too good to be true, but I really, really want this, and you're showing me this, and I feel this, and at the end of the month, you're going to be coming out going, I am this. I deserve it, and I'm a good person, and you deserve to be loved by me, and I deserve to be loved by you. And that's, the Queen is saying, come get me, and what you give to me, I will give back to you tenfold. And that's beautiful, because this is literally saying, I'm ready, I'm on fire, I'm confident, I've got my stuff together, you know, come take this journey with me, we can do it together, and you're both going to be feeling that. And the thing is, you're going to be feeding off of each other's energy, which just becomes a deeper connection and a deeper connection, and becomes the world. If you're looking to reconcile, this says, if this happens, and you're poked with swords and uncomfortable, and they're playing the blame game and all of that, this says you're going to come out red lipstick or, you know, handsome new haircut going, I got this. Are you kidding me? I'm sexy. I'm ferocious. I've got this. My ferocity's off the charts. I'm creative. I'm passionate. You are missing out. And you're going to all of a sudden, like, you know, become this fire sign. You're all of a sudden going to transform into somebody who's got this confidence that you can conquer the world. However, if you guys do communicate and it's more like this, then this is you saying, let's do this. I have passion about us. I've got plans for us. We're going places. We've got the whole world in our hands. Let's do this. I really feel like reconciliation is very positive here, but I can't, you know, obviously I can't guarantee it. It's general and whatnot, but the one thing that I can say is if it doesn't work, okay, and if you're feeling like this or going through this, guess what? All of this is where you're headed. So worry, let the emotions go, feel the emotions, feel the pain, feel the hurt, and then know you got the world. You have got the world waiting for you. All right, I'm going to clarify your outcome and your distant future really quick. So, your outcome of the month, clarifier is the King of Cups, and your clarifier of the distant future is the Ace of Wands. All right, so King of Cups is about somebody who is calm, they're listening, and they're understanding. So, it's very interesting because if you're single, you're coming out with this Queen of Wands energy, right? You're coming out like, I've got this, but you're not hiding this. You're still Cap. You're still here. You're not completely on fire, which is good. You're being true to Capricorn, and you're saying, hey, I'm like this around you. You make me feel on fire. You make me feel, you know, this confidence. You make me feel passionate about you. But I have some things on my list. No, but really, I have some things that need to be discussed, because one of my favorite things about you, Capricorn, is that you're going to be reasonable. You're going to allow yourself to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to allow yourself to be this passionate person. Maybe wear your heart on your sleeve. Maybe baby steps. Maybe just, you know, a little more kisses, a little more smooching than usual. But the King will always be there in you saying, you know, okay, this is good. And we're going places. But where are we going? Because I'm not a fly by the seat of my pants type person. I'm feeling comfortable with you, and that's good. So I'm going to let you into my world of working hard and making sure that things are planned. And so I think it's an excellent fit, because not only are you going to have this different energy about yourself and feel this, you're also going to be able to embrace and still keep the part of you that says, I need to be sensible and reasonable because that's also my comfort zone, right? Okay, if you're looking to reconcile, this says they're coming back to communicate with you and you need to be calm and understanding and listen. They also need to be that way. So if they're not and they're like this, then you walk. If they're calm, then, you know, stick around and see what they have to say. The one thing the king warns up, though, if you're looking to reconcile, is don't be manipulated. So if you feel like, you know, they're coming in guns blazing, but they're being disingenuous, or maybe that's something that happened before, is that they manipulated the situation, or they tried to tell you, you know, you're my one and only, or I love you, or this, that, and the other, and they weren't proving that, you know, actions speak louder than words, then this is saying pay attention. If they come back and say, hey, I missed you so much, I love you so much, and yet you don't hear from them for like 3 days after that, or 4 days, then they didn't miss you that much, and it's time to move on. The last card you have is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, you know, you have a lot of different energy here, but what's standing out is the positive energy is the Cups, okay, which is water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So that may be who you're moving in the direction of being with. And then you also have a lot of fire energy here because you have these right here, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But anyways, the Ace of Wands here, if you're single, the Ace is all about creativity, passion. It's very interesting. Your themes seem to be creativity and passion, confidence, because that's what they're coming from, and then achievement. So achievement and passion, it's going to get you, you know, lots of places. But the Ace is, this is starting new things together, but it's building this fire between you. And really, it could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries, because you do seem to be on fire, Capricorn, this month. But this person has this passion and creativity, and you're enthusiastic. And like I said, be this giddy. Like, see if you laugh a little bit this month, a little more than you normally would. Not that Capricorn has stiff upper lip and doesn't laugh, but like really that bubble giggle from inside that sometimes you don't have for like months and months. A lot of people don't. But just that laugh, that guttural, you couldn't even hold it in and you're not even trying. The Ace is saying, embrace that, explore that, have that enthusiasm, have the enthusiasm that the next few months you're going to complete the single cycle and move into something a little more serious. Even if it's just committed dating, you're moving, your puzzle piece is coming in to fit in place. And if you're looking to reconcile, this is also enthusiasm, passion. If you put out there to this person, whether they contact you or you contact them, if you put out to them and to the universe, you can do this, you want this, this is who you feel like you belong with, then that's what you're going to get. If you feel like this, or you feel like this, or they act like that, or you act like that, then you're not going to get that. And the Ace is the beginning. So it's saying, start anew, start fresh if you need to, but have that passion about it, and you know, portray that passion. If you truly want this person back, or you truly want another shot at it, you know, this is it. Put your passion out there. Let them know how much you care about them and how much they need you. Now, within reason, it needs to be returned. It absolutely needs to be returned. But I really feel like you feel a connection on such a deep level that you're just kind of like, I can't let this one go. So, all right, Capricorn, have a great November. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.